Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us from this very beginning. Thank you for joining us for the music beforehand. It's a beautiful music. Welcome to tonight's episode of Baltic Star After Hours. If you have tuned in expecting our guest star in this little... I've put as if I could point through you and coming along from here.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, and those dark places. Unfortunately, she can't join us. Last minute emergency. Luckily, everything is okay. I was speaking to her, and she is disappointed and definitely up for joining us in the next couple of weeks. So we're definitely going to get that going because I spent some time this week getting everything ready, and I'm all ready to go. My first ever bit of GMing. But she's bought us a bit of respite. So instead, you're going to join us for something I'd say equally as magical. I'm Luke. I'm the sweaty one in. I'm so sweaty. I'm the sweaty one in this corner. Next to me is the actually equally glistening Ewan. Like that. Your forehead's as glistening as mine tonight. And across from that is Ben. If you don't already, then please think about following us on Twitter at BoysBaltic. Or if you like this stream and enjoy it, please consider following it after you've enjoyed it. Our points, if you're in the channel, we've got points which are available for reward. They should explain themselves. Feel free to use them. We're happy for people to use their points and interrupt us. And also, especially tonight, we are open to interruptions for what we're doing, which Ben will explain.
So we prefer to call it interactivity.
You are part of our crew, after all. Anyone that comes, it's like sort of suddenly appearing in the cockpit when the captain's about to make an important manoeuvre and offering them a drink or something like that.
Yeah.
So yes, there'll be bits that are interactive if you wish. But what is it? What is all this interactivity, Ben? What are we doing tonight?
Well, tonight we thought we would... sorry, I had a mosquito the size of a Buick in here, and now it's dead. So, what we decided to do was go back to the beginning of things and have a go at some character creation in Traveller. And Traveller's character creation it's fairly intricate, I think, because unlike some games where you sort of build your characters as you go level by level, with Traveller you get quite a lot of that out of the way in your first session. So for that reason, I think it is a relatively intricate sort of thing. But we're going to have a go and see if we can knock off, one character for each of you?
Yeah, why not? I've got my sheet. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, everyone loves character generation.
This is one of those moments where you can always say with a tabletop role-playing game, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. Yes. However, we're going to take through go through the process of creating a couple of travelers, and this is an opportunity for people to be very interactive because there may be choices to come. So feel free to suggest really, really wacky ideas.
I mean, I think both Luke and I want to create this wonderful mess of a character. which
we like to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, chances are we are, but the more suggestions we get, the better. I also think it would be probably quite good to help with a little bit of improv for us as well, a bit of practice for more crazy things that get shouted out that we have to try and
run with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and as Lucas said, we do have some points things available. If you're a viewer, feel free to ask us to tell you a joke or something at random points through the stream. We're happy to do that, obviously. So, shall we begin?
Let's begin. Yes. Let's begin.
Okay, so a traveller character begins with 6 basic characteristics, and our players are actually pretty familiar with them now, arguably very familiar with them, particularly some that they have to use all the time. But there are 3 basic physical characteristics for the physicality of the person: strength, dexterity, and endurance. And then 3 mental characteristics: intellect, education, and social standing. Now, will you each please roll 2d6 for each of those 6 characteristics?
Can we roll all 6 and then decide what they go into, Ben?
Yeah, I think realistically that's fair. And we should also at this point be thinking about a name. I'm a great believer in naming characters right at the beginning.
I'm a great believer in suggestions for names. If I'm happy to suggest my own, but while I roll, I'll take anything.
I think this is a perfect opportunity for.
That's a good roll.
2d6 for each one, or 2d6 6 times, and then assign them to each character.
Exactly.
It's a classic 9.
Wonderful. I got a lovely 3.
Oh dear.
You'll be happy to hear, Luke.
The names at the start. It is.
Makes it interesting.
Hi, Steve Sage. Nice to see you tonight. I was spying on you earlier. I still don't quite understand that game you play, but it's weird and I like it. Oh, another 9. I've hit.
The 8 is much better.
I've hit 2 9s in a row. See, these are my 9 dice. I feel from last week. Oh no, they've just run out of luck. 6.
Nice 11.
11?
To fit somewhere in, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
To make up for the 3, I think.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
10.
And the second 3.
In Traveller, it is more than acceptable to have a couple of very low scores. That's absolutely fine.
And a 10.
It just adds character depth.
It's kind of fun in a way, I think. Yes, I think characters are better with weaknesses.
Okay, so have you guys worked out where to put things?
Hang on a sec. 7. Yes, we.
Yeah, I like to start with my on this occasion 2 dump stats, whatever they may be.
I'm gonna roll. Oh dear, I haven't got a dump stat, and I'm feeling really annoyed at myself. I'll tell you what. I want a dump stat. So as we're just creating, can I drop one down and bring one up a point just to unbalance me and make it more exciting? Are we okay with that?
Why not?
Thank you.
I mean, after all, this is for fun as much as anything else.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Though I do feel one of you should have a character with the surname Van Cotswolds.
Oh, I've got it. It's mine.
You've got
it, Luke.
You take a Van Cotswolds. How dare you? Can we? Well, there are a lot of Van Cotswolds.
Yeah. So if anyone's got a first name, throw it out there.
Vin Van Cotswold. Vin Van. Oh, this ties into. I could make my dream character that I've wanted for a very long time here. Right. I'm going for. I think I might go for. I think I might go for Norbert Higginbottom. I think.
Norbert Higginbottom.
It's a good name. It's a brave name.
I mean, it is a faintly northern sounding name, if you know what I mean.
All right. I'm not doing voices, though. We don't do accents in the stream.
We don't do voices.
Especially not for Norbert Higginbottom.
But Norbert Higginbottom.
All right, Norbert Higginbottom.
He does sound like he might be a Yorkshireman or a Lancastrian or something.
All right. No nonsense. Yeah, any Northerners watching the stream have turned off in disgust at the accent. Oh no, I need to do my stats, don't I? Well, they're getting that. That's for sure. That's the dream. What's a dump stat? What do I not get? Oh, but strength is always my dump stat. I'm just going to become the same as always. No, it must.
See, I tried to go different, so I dumped in strength and dexterity. I mean, I don't have any good strength characters anyway, but
No, not Geordie. I can't do Geordie. Wait, hey, I can't. No. Why? I? It's why. That's what I say. Why I? Why I? Let's do that. I know, but I think I know what I want. So it's going to be the same sort of dump stat as before. But Dex is a terrible dump stat. So actually, no, because I'm going to make him foppish. He's a Geordie fop.
I'll tell you what, though, we'll throw in Geordie, and my character will be Geordie von Cotswold.
Geordie von Cotswold.
Geordie.
That's as good. No accents, but we'll take words and throw them into people's names.
Geordie van Cotswold sounds excellent.
And Norbert Higginbottom, his childhood friend, who drinks Newcastle Brown with his pinky up. Oh.
Is there any other way to drink Nuki Brown?
No.
Not that I know
of. Excellent.
Oh, I can't remember the pluses. What are our pluses on those? What do we need to get the bonuses on our characteristic stats? What are the plus twos and plus ones?
Basically, for the non-mathematicians, 2d6 basically wraps around the number 7. That's your most likely. And accordingly, 6, 7, and 8 are worth a 0 modifier.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5 are worth -1, and 9, 10, and 11 are worth +1. And at this level, therefore, 12 and 2 are worth -2 on your bonuses.
Or +2.
However, there are potentially other modifiers that can come in later, which can push you all the way down to between 0 and theoretically over 15.
Come on, that's the
so
dream.
there are actual -3s and +3s available in the system. But for now, what we care about is dice modifiers of between -2 if you've rolled a 2, +2 if you've rolled a 12, and then it's plus or -1 unless you're wrapped literally around 7. 6, 7, or 8 is a 0.
Did you know, 2 nights ago, I was actually watching an old Top of the Pops episode, one of the ones that are on BBC 4, and they had Gaza singing Geordie Boys.
Yeah.
So I've got the vibe is right.
I thought you were going to bring up
Pop in the Time.
Yeah.
That's another
Either
one.
that or what's his name from Our Feed the Same Pet.
Oh, Jimmy Nail.
Yeah.
Bit of crocodile shoes. Don't get me started. Crocodile shoes.
Yeah. Yes, thankfully, I don't think either of you guys can sing well enough to lead to a DMCA takedown.
For Homeworld, do we get to put Newcastle?
Well, I mean, you can, of course. You can put more or less anything you like. I wouldn't even be at all surprised if somewhere in the tens of thousands of worlds out there is in fact a Newcastle.
Oh, and the planet next to it is Sunderland. That's what I'm going to be. We're going to be vicious rivals.
Yeah, and truthfully, if not, then you could easily have a world called Newcastle, or called Newcastle within a system that already exists. You know, it could be a moon or an asteroid base or anything, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there we go. I apologise to anybody who we might be offending.
I think we've been quite tame so far.
So far.
As opposed to when we normally don't apologise for when we're offending.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Is it Von or Van?
Van Cotswolds. Yep.
Von, then.
Given the sheer number of them, it was inevitable that there was going to be an S at the end of the surname because they only seem to come in the plural.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
Oh, this pencil smell. This pencil's a flavoured pencil. Oh, lovely. It's one of my daughters. I got a vanilla pencil. This is beautiful.
Is that literally what it is, or are you just sniffing a marker?
No, it's a flavoured pencil for kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's like a Japanese pudding flavour. Oh, even better. Anyway, sorry, I'm holding us up with the pudding pencil.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, flavoured pencil. Well, you don't lick it or eat it. It's just for smelling. Although that'd be good for sharpening though. If you sharpened it by like nibbling.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure there are probably all sorts of regulations which stop you designing a product like that.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay, quick, the paper's sticking to my leg. I'm so sweaty. Come on.
So the next thing we have to do is quickly. Can you tell me what your stats are and where they are?
Yeah, do you want to go first, Luke?
Okay, Norbert Higginbottom from the home world of Sunderland. His stats are as follows: Strength 7, Dex 8, Endurance 4. I say he's foppish. Intellect 9, Education 10, and Social 11.
Social 11. Okay.
Yes, he's.
I know we're going to have some issues.
Oh,
here.
no.
If this is an actual crew of a ship, I think.
You're not gonna
So Social 11 is actually enough to be worth a noble title.
Yes, that was my hope.
So he is not, in fact, Norbert Higginbottom. He is Sir Norbert Higginbottom.
Get in.
Oh,
That's
nice.
I'm adding that. That's now canon. No take backsies.
Geordie Van Cotswolds, plural, has strength 3, dexterity 3, endurance 8, intellect 11, education 7, social 10.
Oh, hello.
Social 10. Okay. Social 10 is, in fact, not quite enough to get a noble title, but obviously is enough to make him really, really wish he had one.
Yes, just enough to add a bit of tension between the two characters. They can still be friends, but one of them resents the other one.
But I lord it over him a little bit, quite literally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, a sort of little bit of fraternal rivalry. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do is select some background skills. So, broadly speaking, you get some background skills based on your education. So you work out your education DM, your modifier for your education. So that's anywhere between +2 and -2 at this point, but it's a 0 if it's 6, 7, or 8. It's +1 if it's 9, 10, or 11, and it's -1 if it's 3, 4, or 5. So once you've worked out what your modifier is, you add 3 to it.
Oh, cool.
And then you get to choose from that many, or you get to choose that many from some basic background skills. But they all come in at a 0, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so I've got a +1, so I've got 4 skills I can get, right? Fantastic.
And I have a +0, so I have 3 skills.
3 skills, okay. So I'm going to rattle through these pretty quickly. You can have 0s in your choice of that selection of admin, animals, art, athletics, carouse, drive, electronics, flyer, language, mechanic, medic, a profession, science, seafarer, streetwise, survival, or vac-suit. Now, I should point out at this juncture that seafarer is something you would never ever need in any way, shape, or form in any possible traveller universe.
No, absolutely. Even the thought of it is upsetting
Unless,
to me.
for example, you ended up taking 3 completely separate boat trips in the same city, basically.
Yeah.
Whoops. It would have been nice to have someone that could row a boat.
Who'd have thought? And you know what? I'm gonna just go straight for it, and I'm gonna say seafarer.
Yes, get in.
I'm gonna say that Geordie Van Cotswolds is so jealous of his friend's noble title that he at least wants to be a captain of his own boat.
Get in.
He's a grandee in the local yacht club. That's
But,
what.
Yeah. So
but
he
what
has a
kind?
0.
But what kind of boat though? I think you've got a few choices.
Yeah, it does get a little bit more complicated because you do have to kind of choose these things at various points. So the skill seafarer comes with the option of ocean ships, personal ships, which is canoes and rowing boats and things like that, It's a very personal ship.
That's how he woos. Get in my canoe. Oh,
Sailing craft, sailboats.
oh, very classy.
And inevitably submarines.
As much as I really want to make a submarine captain, certainly not with Seafarer Zero. I mean, if I'm going to take a pressurized boat underwater, I want it to be with at least some kind of plus modifier. I'm going to go with sail. I think that's fitting for the Van Cotswolds.
It does sound like a Van Cotswold way, doesn't it? Yeah,
it certainly does.
Excellent.
Right. I've got my 4. I've based them on the foppish, youthful life of Sir Norbert Higginbottom and what might serve him best as a slightly posh student. He's gone for administration, good bit of bureaucracy. He's gone for the artistic skill of writing, to write some love letters to ladies he's loved and lost. Carousing for the student bar. And most importantly for students, he's gone into the profession of hydroponics.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, exactly. So he's covering all his bases. He's trying to be popular.
What a guy.
Life and soul of the party.
What a guy.
Yeah. It's the admin skills that are really useful.
Absolutely. The
Well,
rest
funnily
is
enough, my other 2, I'm going to go with admin and carouse because, with a certain social level, I feel as though you've got some idea of admin or bureaucracy and a bit of carousing skills.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we get to choose the concept of a pre-career education. In other words, you guys want to go to college or what?
Oh, what? Do I want to go to college? So I've set myself up as it, but do I actually want to go?
You can, broadly speaking, choose to go to a university or the military academy or neither and just go straight into adulthood.
I think Mummy and Daddy will pay for me to go to university, please.
Okay, yes. Excellent. In order to get into university, you will need an education roll of 7 or better.
Okay. And we're 18 at the minute, aren't we? 18.
Yep.
Right, I'm making a path, a life path. Let's see if we can do it. Come on! 7 or better with a +1. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. 9. That's good enough. I think 9.
9 is good enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and in fact, you get a +1 for your social.
10
as well. So you actually cleared it in street shoes.
What did I do? I just I hobnobbed my way in, did I? Yes. Good.
Now then,
hobnobbing.
You basically get to choose a level 0 and a level 1 skill from a list.
Yes.
Which is admin, advocate, animals, training, or veterinary. Art, any art skill. Astrogation, any electronic skill, any engineer skill, any language skill. Medic, navigation, any profession, or any science.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll look that up in my book if you like.
Yeah, sure.
While I've to you and you.
What does the Van Cotswolds feel they need to do at this point for the child?
It's very tricky. I think for the sake of a bit of variety, he will go into a military university academy.
Okay.
To try and get his title, obviously, that he's never going to get any other way.
Okay. So a military academy, you can effectively choose, if I remember correctly, to go into the Army or the Marines or the Navy Academy.
Wonderful. Unless chat have any suggestions. I don't want to give them too long because I know Luke's also busy doing something. But I think the Navy seems fitting. I know the Navy isn't actually boats.
No, it isn't. But they may be impressed with your astonishing sailboat skill.
Geordie doesn't know that. So He'll
Okay.
show up in his best sailing gear.
So you will need,
Cravat.
in order
Beautiful.
to qualify for the Naval Academy, you will need to roll an intellect check of 9 or better.
Oh well, luckily that's his best stat. Hopefully the dice do it some justice. He rolled an 11 plus 1.
Okay, yes, that was pretty comfortably straight in, wasn't it?
Well done, Geordie.
Okay. So you basically gain all of the service skills of the military career at level 0, as if you were going in for basic training. And for those, because you went into Navy, let me look those up for you quickly. The basic service skills are, these are all at level 0. You get pilot, vac suit, athletics, gunner, mechanic, and gun combat. And if you recall, athletics and mechanic and gun combat and what have you come in various flavors that you'll have to choose.
Yeah.
But you get all of the, you get an example of each of those at level 0. Now, you can both now try to graduate. So, Luke, are you ready for your graduation roll?
I am. I studied, of course, I studied history as my major, and because of that, I learnt some Villani, which they say is the Latin of the Third Imperium languages. I feel it worked very well.
Because it is not, in fact, the language of the Third Imperium, but rather the second, I think.
Yeah, so
the second or the first was the Villani? The second, I think.
Second. So yes. The First Imperium. Wow.
Was it the first?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've gone very historical.
Excellent.
And so what do I need to roll to pass?
In order to graduate from university, you need to roll a 7 or better with an intellect check.
7 or better with intellect. Come on. That could be a lady tonight. Oh dear. 8 plus 1 is 9. So graduate, but not head of my class.
Okay. So
That'd be showing off.
Here we go. You automatically get to increase your education skill by 3.
What? Seriously?
Once for getting in and twice for getting out.
Oh, get in. So now I'm at a +2. So 13 education. I'm so educated.
Yeah.
So educated right now. Okay, done that. Yep, I'm educated. I'm now Sir Norbert Higginbottom, BA.
The 2 skills that you chose as your university skills, you get to push up to level 1 and level 2 rather than level 0 and level 1.
Oh, get in. I'll drink to that, Ali. I'll drink to that. What's successful? So now my Villani skills are I can just speak Villani like a pro. I know everything. Well, I don't know everything there is about history, but I'm a good historian now. Here's to a life in dusty studies.
If you decided to go into a military career after this, it also
Mummy and Daddy would not like that. No.
I had a feeling you wouldn't lean that way.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ewan, your graduation role is intellect with 8 or better. But you get a +1 if your endurance is 8 or better.
It is 8.
There we go. And +1 if your social is 8 or better.
No, it is indeed. So I get +2.
+2, and you got
+1 for my int.
Yep. So you're looking for 8 or better with a +3.
Wow. Well.
Oh. Oh no.
I don't know if you can see that. That's a 4.
Oh no.
That's a 4.
You flunked.
Okay.
You dice can leave.
Put them in the box, in the naughty box.
So you do not get the you do not get the benefits of graduation. However, if you fail to graduate, you can still automatically enter the military career that the academy is tied to. So you can still get automatic entry into the Navy as long as you didn't roll 2 or less on the graduation roll, which you didn't. If they choose to enter the career, however, they can't make a commission roll in the first term. So you'd have to go in as a very basic rating. Okay.
Fair enough.
That's
Sorry,
grunt.
Geordie Van Cotswolds having a bit of a tough time of it at the minute.
It's the black sheep of the family, as they used to say.
You also have to roll, each of you,
Oh, God.
2D to determine what event happens to you.
Oh, no. I forgot about this.
During your schooling.
If I remember correctly, you want something in the middle.
I got 8.
Oh, so did I! Yay!
This is going to be interesting then, because bear in mind these are very useful for the connections rule, and the 8 is kind of perfect for you guys.
Oh, fantastic!
It is, you join a political movement.
Oh, get in.
Roll social 8+.
Wow.
Both of you.
Social.
A social
Yep,
8+.
Social 8 or better.
Oh, I bossed that.
Yeah, I got 12 plus 1. I don't know if you can see them.
And I got an 11. I got 11 plus 1. Oh,
I just upped my dice. I definitely got 12.
That means
Good.
not only did you both join political movements, but you both became leading figures in political movements. And I feel very strongly this could be a way for the two of you to have met.
Yes.
Because I think you could have ended up leading figures in the same political movement.
Yes.
Accordingly, you each collect an ally, and you each collect an enemy.
Oh.
As is politics.
That's what happens. Yes, that's what happens in politics.
Yeah. So in essence, you each get one ally within the movement, and I would make that someone other than each other.
Mm-hmm.
I would make each other's connection just the connection rule, so to speak.
Yep.
And then each come up with another ally and an enemy in wider society outside the movement. Someone who is not a member of the organization. Unthinkable though that may be.
You can't trust anyone that isn't a member of our organisation.
That's right. I mean, if you're not a member of the party, are you even a person?
Any suggestions from chat as to allies or enemies for...
or the name of the political party. We'll leave that hanging.
Or the name of the political party, movement.
Organisation.
We're open to things.
Gang.
Lena, I'm looking at you. It's your Van Cotswolds.
His naming skills.
Yeah, no pressure though.
Yeah. So, okay. Man, I'm so hot tonight too. And so are my dice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And my earphones have got stuck. Right. So 22 is next. 22. Oh. Let's come up with our own, Ewan. We'll think about it. We'll ponder.
Okay. The thing that you need to consider is also, given that you now have a connection with each other through this, you can each pick a skill.
Oh, yes.
And get a +1 in it. Now, they don't have to be the same skill for each of you. You can choose your own little backstory and determine to what extent they influenced each other. But something about the way the two of you connected together when you were, studying and joining this political party that I'm sure was completely in line with the rules of a military academy.
Yeah, I bet they love that. That's probably why they wouldn't make you an officer.
It's probably a good way to make an enemy, I would imagine, and then not graduate.
Yeah.
Because you spent every evening out at the party meetings.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So that'll be the relationship I have with the enemy, I feel.
Quite possible. Yes, but what you get is essentially you can get an extra skill of your choice or a boost to one you already have. Of course.
What level are we looking at that skill? Is it a 0 or 1?
It's a 1 or a +1 to an existing skill.
All right, I want my skill, and I'll explain why I want it to be this one. So, in my mind, being a student, being quite historically and politically minded, I started going to these meetings. Meeting in a little grubby bar away from the student union, where the writers and the artists started, of course, and historians. And then one night, this military man came in, this young military man, and maybe sat around for a little while listening. And over the next few evenings, he'd come back in, and I used some persuasion skills to bring him into the organisation in the early days, before he rose up beyond me. But so for me, I'm thinking persuasion might be the skill I get from it, which sort of fits with the political thing, and if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are we happy? Are we happy with that as a skill I can take from this meeting?
Don't see why not.
Thank you very much.
I like to think of. I mean, it could fit quite well with what Luke said. That good old Geordie would gain a bit of carouse from this.
Oh,
I think, having been persuaded to join, and rather than sitting by himself in the corner listening, he gained a bit of social interaction in the form of drinking and political talk and a bit of carousing. And potentially further on down the line, I don't know if it's particularly accurate, but I like to see carousing as a bit of rabble rousing, or that sort of.
Are we just making
shouting from his soapbox?
I'm worried we're just making us, Ewan. Carousing and political talk. This is good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move that from a 0 to a 1.
I could see that.
Okay.
So you've sort of become, while I'm sort of the guy maybe in the shadows, sort of persuading, you're the rabble rousing. You're the man. You're the one on the bench, sort of calling people to action.
Which sort of fits military wise. I know he didn't graduate, but for now.
I'd say that was down to your physical rather than your ability to talk. It seems
spending too much time at political meetings.
Drinking Newcastle Brown. Yeah,
more accurate.
Far too much time. Yes, far too much time. Yes. Okay.
Fantastic.
So that, in essence, completes your first term, if you like. Your characters are now 22 years old.
I remember it. What do I remember?
And it's time now to choose a career.
Oh, God. Excellent. I know what I'd like to go into, Ben. I think you can guess what I want to do.
Do you want to be a drifter?
No, no. But although that political thing might have fitted with it, I can't remember. Oh, you can choose to be a drifter, can't you?
There you go.
It feels like something I might do when I bore of what my first dream is. I want to make use of my title, and I want to be an individual of the upper class who perform little consistent function but often have large amounts of ready money. I'd like to be a noble, please.
You'd like to be a noble?
Yes.
Okay. Well, your qualification role in order to go into nobility as a career is social. So you get your social bonus.
Yeah.
And you've got to roll 10 up.
Oh, God.
Is your social actually 10 or better?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so that means I can go for it.
That means you get in automatically. Yes, I'm sorry.
Because I'm a sir. I'm a sir. Yeah.
Because you're a sir.
You're already a sir.
You may all bow down to me right now. You may all tug your forelocks.
Now you basically have to choose whether you want to be a government administrator type, a diplomat or other official type, or a dilettante.
I quite like the dilettante though. Just for the description. You are known for
Yeah.
you are known for being known and having absolutely no useful function in society.
Yes. I love the concept. There is a career for having no useful function in society.
It's just like being an it girl in the late 90s, isn't it? Really? I could be like the modern day Tara Palmer Tompkinson. Come on. Or what's her name? Paris Hilton. I'll drink to that. If only I could be the modern day Tara Palmer Tompkinson. But the politics, I feel it does almost lead me into one of the other two.
Tough choices.
It is tough choices. This was only supposed to be light-hearted. I am an influencer, Steve. I'll tell you what, Steam Sage. You're right. You've pushed me. You've pushed me into that direction. That the politics. So I followed that political dream of the rabble rousing and the talking to people in the shadows, and realised the very corrupt nature of the planet, the system. I looked at serving in the government or something like that, but I could not. So I did become a dilettante, and I just threw it in, and I just became an influencer. Doing YouTube videos about how things suck.
Yeah. I mean, they could literally, instead of dilettante, have referred to it as social influenza.
Yeah, exactly, social influencer. So my job is I basically go on Traveller YouTube with a video every night talking about the revolution. This is like ideal. I love this. Okay.
I just love the concept of an actual noble doing that. It's like, rise up, everyone, and I'll be the first to get the wall.
Off with my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so for each of these terms, basically, you have a sort of specific set of things to go through, but you can go through what amounts to, I'm not sure quite how it works out, but basic training.
Basically, well, I've got to learn how to use the laptop for a start.
Okay. Elbow pads on your jackets.
How to smoke a pipe and hold a fine glass of whiskey at the same time.
Yeah. So, in essence, you made it into your career.
Yes.
You go through basic training.
Yes.
Otherwise, choose a skill table and roll. So, basic training gives you, in essence, a +1 to strength, believe it or not.
What?
Is that right? Hang on a second. Is that right for basic training? Oh, I'm sorry. I think basic training is just service skills, isn't it?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, I think it's that, service skills. So you effectively get admin, advocate,
admin,
your choice of electronics.
Hang on, admin. So I've gone up. Is this at 0 or 1?
I think these are all at 0, yes.
Okay, so admin's gone up 1. Does it get to go up 1 or does it stay at 0?
No, we'll go up to 1 then if it's there.
Admin,
yeah.
advocate.
Advocate, electronics.
Yeah.
Diplomat, investigate, and persuade.
Oh, get in. Oh, my persuade is living the dream right now. Electronics, I will learn how to use computers. It's very important for my job.
For social influencers, certainly.
Yeah, exactly. Diplomat, yes, that suits, that fits with my dream. Investigate, yeah, it's important to be able to investigate things. And my persuade, I'm the king of the persuaders. I'll be taking on Chrissy Hine before she knows it. Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's me done.
Okay. And what are we doing next? Sorry. Right. Okay. Then you need to roll for your survival.
Oh no! What? Oh, it's because I was calling for the revolution too much.
That's right. Yeah. Just a quick check for survival.
Is it a double?
To find out whether or not some horrible mishap happens to you.
Is it a double dice?
It is. It's 2 dice. You need to basically roll social 3 or better.
Oh, good.
I suspect you're going to survive.
Good, because I rolled a 5 plus 1 is 6. I was worried when I rolled the 5. I must admit. Yeah. Sorry,
Nice.
So no mishaps of any kind.
I'm living the dream.
Then you roll for an event.
Oh, okay.
This is just a straight 2D roll.
That is a 4.
A 4. Now, do you get any bonuses for events? No, you don't. Okay, a 4. Your time as a playboy gives you a wide range of experience.
Of course it does.
You can gain one of animals riding, or an art skill,
it's a bit bourgeois.
rouse, or streetwise.
Do I get to upgrade a skill that I've got, or can I only stick at a certain level?
You can upgrade, yes, absolutely.
Well, I'm going to go for riding animals. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm riding it. I'll do some of my. I'll be like Putin on the back of his horse, topless, giving out speeches to the people. That's exactly what I'm going to be.
And then the other thing to do is the basic options are to roll for advancement, for which you will need, where's advancement for a dilettante? Intellect 8 or better. So you can have your intellect bonus 8 or better.
I can fall out of being a dilettante. That's very upsetting. Oh, the sweaty hands. There's no falling out of being a dilettante today.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I'm the best of the best.
Massive.
The best dilettante there ever was. I'm the most useless person in society.
Well, I'm delighted to say this, this is genuinely one of my favourite things in this entire rule book. The ranks for a dilettante.
Yes. Oh, have I ranked up? Yes.
Yeah, you've ranked up from 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Now, the rank 0 is known as a wastrel. But you've got to get all the way to rank 2 before you become an ingrate.
Well, so I'm still a wastrel?
Yes, you're a more senior wastrel, but still a wastrel.
Oh, that's fair enough. I think it's understandable. An influencer wastrel. I'm enjoying it. I'm living my best life.
A wastrel influenza. I think we are entirely on board with this. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that means you can remain in next time if you like. And have another go around as you choose to. But it is now perhaps time to take a look at Ewan's choices. Are you in fact going into the Navy, Ewan?
I don't think he wants to. Could you run through? I don't have the book in front of me, I'm afraid. Right. Could you run through the options for me, please?
Yes, broadly speaking, you can become, or you can go into the career of agent, army, citizen, drifter, entertainer, marine, merchant, navy, noble, rogue, scholar, or scout.
You know what I like the sound of, and I think could work quite well, is agent.
Oh.
Agent. Okay.
And I'll explain why if I make it in.
Okay, fair enough. So the first thing to attempt is a qualification which is intellect 6 or better.
Ah, wow. That's an 8 + 1 is a 9.
Superb. You can choose from one of the 3 following options. You can go into law enforcement, police officer, detective, federal agent, that kind of thing.
Whoa. Not after our political discussions.
You can go into intelligence, spies, and it seems to, in the book, it seems to suggest that saboteurs are intelligence agents. I don't think they've really thought that through. But anyway, yes, an intelligence agent, spy or a saboteur, and a corporate spy.
I'm going to go for intelligence.
Are you? Okay. I think I'm beginning to see what you did here. So, in order to go into intelligence...
What button do I have to press to minimise my screen again? It's gone big for some strange reason. I think my paper fell on it. Is it F10 or something? I've maximised everything on my screen. Sorry. Does anyone know?
I don't. Chat.
Give me,
Help.
give me an F.
I don't quite follow what you mean. Do you not use like mouse pointers and things?
I do. Hang on, let's see what we can do.
You're just being lazy.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to move a mouse. I just want to push a mouse.
I just want to press like an F something. We can carry on. You've just gone very big.
Okay.
Our faces have just dropped off the bottom. It's no big deal.
Intellect 7 or better.
Wonderful. What was this bit for? Sorry.
You effectively, this is to get you into the intelligence sub career.
Wonderful.
It's not entirely a shock that in order to get in you need a high intellect.
Yeah. That is a 6 + 1 is 7.
Excellent. You squeak into the intelligence role.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how I like it.
So you get
Squeaky.
zeros in streetwise, drive, investigate, flyer, recon, and gun combat.
Oh.
Recon. Wonderful.
You say you're so smurf.
Smirked.
Smirt.
Smirked. I'm so smirked.
You're a smurfing genius.
I am. I did it. I worked out how to do it all by myself. It's those computer zero skills that Sir Norbert's got.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I got there in
Yes,
the end.
absolutely.
No.
Right. I've got those. Apart from the ones where I've got to choose options, but that's okay. I've got more written down.
Okay. Now, given that you've now done your sort of entry to the career, you now also get to roll an event for your time. So just 2d6, please.
2d6 is an 8 again.
An 8. Okay, can you roll a deception check of 8 or better?
Oh
Dear.
Probably not. It doesn't have any deception yet. Make it good. Oh no, that's a 7 minus 3.
Oh, okay.
Unless I get to, it doesn't make a difference actually.
So here is the narrative. You go undercover to investigate an enemy. If you succeed, do this, that, and the other, and it's all very exciting. If you fail, roll immediately on the rogue or citizen mishap table. So, would you prefer to roll on the citizen or the rogue mishap table?
Chat, you got any suggestions? If not, I'm gonna go with. In fact, I'll give him a minute.
Okay.
My idea for going into agent is.
Oh, there it was rogue. Good choice.
It wasn't much for
rogue.
They didn't need much for a minute. We'll go with rogue. My idea, anyway, is having gone into this political movement and being caught by his enemy, who is his university tutor from the military academy, who recognised the path he was going down with this political movement and essentially reported him to the authorities, which came in the form of an ally, potentially an agent who wanted to recruit him to seeing a bit of military background and some form of regimented training. In Geordie Van Cotswold wanted to recruit him to do a bit of intelligence work against the political movement that he was once a part of.
Well, let's see how this fits in. Roll 1d6 for me.
On the rogue table. That's a 4.
A 4.
Good roll. I don't know.
Who knows?
Your mission, it says here a job, but bear in mind we're adapting this for you. Your mission goes wrong, forcing you to flee off planet. You gain 1 of Deception 1, Pilot, Small Craft or Spacecraft 1, athletics dexterity 1, or gunner 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna say that deception kind of makes sense, right? He tried using deception for the initial mission and failed, and you know, when you fail something enough times, you become better at it. I suppose. Is that too loosey-goosey?
Yes.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Yes.
as a consequence of that, you leave the career.
Oh no! Well,
But you do get a little parting bonus of a plus whatever. Yes. You get a deception +1, but sadly, you yes, I'm afraid you leave the career at that point.
it's having a bit of a tough time.
Well,
It
it
is.
doesn't actually make it impossible for you to re-enter the career, but you'd have to roll to go back in. But you now find yourself at the age of 26, having done most of an agent career, picked up a couple of useful skills from it, but not actually turning out to be the greatest thing you've ever done.
Just like your military career.
Yet. Yeah, just like his time at the military academy. The only thing he was good at was those political meetings. And that's because we didn't have to roll for that.
Come back to us. You're right, Steam Sage, you're right. And in this in New Traveller, I don't think you can die anymore in Traveller. You used to be able to during character, but you can lose limbs, I think, if I remember correctly.
You can definitely get maimed, yes. I don't believe it's possible. It might be theoretically possible to die these days in this edition of Traveller. But I don't think you can actually die outright anymore. You certainly can, or you certainly could in the original Traveller rules, yes. And that, in fact, that happened a lot. a lot.
I saw a wonderful T-shirt on, I think it was on Etsy somewhere, that just said, "You haven't lived until you've died during character creation." I thought it was quite good.
Exactly.
Yes. No, it turns out the injuries table no longer has an actual death. However, there's a very, very impressive one called nearly killed.
Oh, cool. Well, let's hope we don't roll on that.
Which is reduce one physical characteristic by 1d and reduce the 2 others by 2.
Oh my goodness. That is
which
brutal.
Is, nearly dead. That really is nearly dead.
That is very
I mean, you could end up with an endurance of 0 anyway, couldn't you? If you had to reduce your endurance and you rolled a 6 and...
Yeah, technically I think you could. In essence, the way it could happen is if your endurance was 2 and you couldn't avoid a -2 on it, yes, then I think that would in fact technically make you dead-ish.
Dead-ish. Permanently.
Oh, he's struggling. My goodness.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Yeah, so that is a pretty harsh thing. Okay. Right. I mean, I'm a little bit conscious of the fact that this can go on for a while if we keep going through route after route of the career. So I'm wondering if it would be sensible for us to go through one more go for Luke's career if he wants to continue in it, and then muster out. Would that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah, go for it. Sounds good to me. It's only Thursday after all. We can't go running till 3 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday.
I mean, we obviously can, but not and remain sane.
It may affect our gameplay tomorrow.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I've got a feeling we need to be on our gameplay tomorrow as well, Ewan. I'm sensing.
You don't want to worry about things like that.
You don't want to worry about your actual real characters dying.
Can't be more worried about our band's characters. Okay.
Yeah.
So 26. I'm still a dilettante.
And you have now been promoted to, I guess, senior wastrel.
Yeah. King of the wastrels.
Yeah. So, would you like to remain in this career for one more round?
Why not? I'm in it now. Let's enjoy it.
Then it's social 3 or better, which I don't imagine you can actually fail.
Nope.
Okay. And then the events table, please.
Do I not get no skills this time round?
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a second. Let's start events.
Oh, hang on. Oh,
just 2d6.
2d6. I've hit a 7.
A life event.
Oh, life events.
Now, for life events, there is actually a specific life event table. Let's see if I can rapidly track it down, because I'm pretty sure there is a life events table that makes sense. Where on earth would that have gone? Oh, I think they tucked it in here.
Life events.
Life event table. Yes, 2D, please.
2D. Death experience. 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
A romantic relationship involving you ends.
Oh.
Badly.
What?
Gain a rival or an enemy for your backstory.
Oh, so who am I angry with? A rival. Let's make it a rival. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I knew it was him all along.
And then you can take a roll on either personal development or service skills or advanced education. Education's above 8, which I think it is very much so, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is.
Or you can take the dilettante specialist track.
Let's do the dilettante specialist track.
I think that's an excellent choice for any number of different reasons. But roll 1d6 for me.
They did subtweet me. This was the problem at Steam Stage. It's why it all fell apart. We were based on an understanding that they would always give me full credit for things, and it never happened. And so now I've got a rival. Right. I've rolled a 5.
A 5. You get a bonus to your a gambler. Sorry, you get gambler.
Gambler at 0.
Gambler at 1.
Yes. A gambler. See, this is good. It's very good.
And now you need an advancement check, please.
Oh no! What's this? This is a big roll, isn't it? It's an 8 or something, was it?
It's intellect 8 or better.
Okay.
But I think you've got some intellect, haven't you?
I've got a little bit. I've got a little bit here and there. Sadly, I don't think I'm becoming. I think I'm staying as King of the Wastrels because I've only hit a 7.
A 7? Is that all?
That is all.
Then you do not advance. You do not become an ingrate.
Ingrate would suit me as well.
A sort of slightly upmarket wastrel.
I'm calling it King of the Wastrels, if you don't mind. For some reason, I feel that's a real Mighty Boosh kind of thing, being King of the Wastrels.
However,
yes.
What you do get to do now, and I think we should do this now because we can show people how it works, is you get to take your mustering out benefit. So, can you please do... Gotcha. Can you please do a 1d6 roll for me?
4. That's very safe.
And you can add 1, I think, if you have Gambler, can't you? Isn't that right?
If I remember correctly, Gambler does give you something on mustering out.
I seem to remember Gamblers get a +1 on mustering out. Let me just check that out, but I think they do.
It does ring a bell.
Yeah.
While he looks, thank you everyone for following us this evening for our last minute change around. I've quite enjoyed it, it must be said.
Yeah, so what did you roll? Was that a 4?
A 4 + 1 if you said it was Gambler.
Yeah, so it's a 5.
Yes.
So you walk away with 100,000 credits.
Well, I did well.
Not bad.
It's because all those adverts I put on my videos.
and I have to say, You did fall one short of the required thing to get a yacht as your mustering out
Oh,
benefit. However,
no.
however, for all of the disadvantages of that, you did walk away with a life membership of the Traveller's Aid Society.
Oh, that sounds helpful. Life membership, Traveller's Age. They'll help me when I need it. It's like being in Saga or the Heritage, English Heritage, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So I can go to any castle I want for free. That's as good.
I like to think of it as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They just give you like a pamphlet. And it's got all the information you need.
If I'd have got a yacht, I could have got Ewan to drive me around while I just waved at people. This would have been brilliant. Oh, so disappointing. If we can find you, and he's gone undercover somewhere. He's hiding. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I feel I did okay with my musterings. That's okay.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Yeah. Absolutely. But the simple reality is that what we've done there is to admittedly do a slightly abbreviated one, because we've only done sort of one cycle for one and two cycles for the other, but essentially the process continues like that. And if you've got more characters being generated at the same time, you get more opportunities to weave their connections together during character creation, which you can sort of do as an interactive process at the beginning of the campaign. And eventually you get to pick how many rounds of career and how many different careers you want to dip your toe into if you're a dilettante, before eventually leaving on a trip around the galaxy. And I mean, the slightly less fortunate Van Cotswolds, I feel would have probably had to find another career for a while and see if you couldn't pick up a couple of extra skills, because his luck was not entirely with him this time.
No, he had some good roles, but not when it counted. I feel there are a couple that just let it down. But I like the idea of the character. I like the idea of the interaction between our two characters. I think it.
Keep hold of them. We might need them if our other characters die. They might be quite fun.
They can be a backup for the.
Backup. Now we've got characters for a one shot as well. There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So tomorrow night we're doing the next episode of what's turned out to be like an Indiana Jones style exploration of a ruin on an island, which is unexpected for us. We haven't recently been doing anything like that.
It's like proper role playing, isn't it?
Yeah, maps and all.
Yeah, there was maps. There was poo, holes. There was everything we need in there. Very sinister caves.
There was, to quote a movie, one big pile of shit. Yes,
there was.
And yes, I mean, I think we paused at a moment where things were about to get very exciting. So you never know.
What? Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. That sounds dangerous. Can't we just go back shopping again? That's my favourite part of the game.
Another shopping episode, yes. Yes.
Have you tried shopping
are our bread and butter, to be honest.
Or just making fun of Tim or something. That's what I prefer doing. Not actually being in danger. Oh man.
Every now and then.
Every now and again we need to fire a gun, I suppose. Well, in that case, thank you, Ben, for coming up in 90 minutes from being warned, for refreshing yourself with the Traveller character generation.
It's been a while for us.
Yes, we haven't actually done any of that for well over a year now, basically 18 months.
Exactly. So thank you for that. You've pulled us out of a sticky situation. Thank you. For those that were interested in those dark places, we're going to run that character and generation and intro in I think a couple of weeks' time. We'll probably work out as the best in a couple of Thursdays, but we'll let people know on Twitter.
That is what we think it'll be at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. But tomorrow evening is our standard live play evening, so please join us from 10:30 to see if we survive, or if we don't survive, what is down there, amidst the guano in the dark caves of, I don't know what it is, doom? Sinister.
It may as well be.
It may as well be. I'm still lost. I have no idea what's going on yet. People in chat seem to know what's going on. I was just confused. So
people in chat always know what's going on.
I do. They want
Because
it,
they're much smarter than we are.
They're the smart side of the crew.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, John, and thank you for interaction, especially Steam Sage. Thank you. So I really enjoyed that this evening. Thank you for joining us. First time, I believe. So thank you. So yes, at Ois Baltic on Twitter. Follow us on this if you thought it was interesting, and so on and so forth. And we're going to raid because Bits Before Crits are doing a thing. We like them because last time they did the one about being seagulls.
That is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
So stay around if you're happy to raid with us. Otherwise, thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 sharp. Thank you, Steam Sage. That's kind words. Thank you. See you again, and thank you everyone else that's watched. We'll see you again too. Have a lovely evening.
Cheers. Good night.
Good night.
And this is a good channel, so stay around. Bits for Crits is fun.